The images, as faded and gauzy as an old TV commercial, still amaze. The exact date of this film has been lost to the ages, but the hairstyles and rudely made clothes suggest the dawn of the 70s. Still, the age of Aquarius.
It was so primitive, my goodness. No booths, just stuff laid out on the ground, and there were goats and dogs.
Sue Przanski has written a book, Fruit of the 60s, about the origins of the Oregon Country Fair, a history of a phenomenon that defies easy description.
People would say that was so mellow compared to now. Now it's such an exciting, action-packed place that and everyone is so thrilled to be there. And that one looked like they were just hanging around, just in circles, sitting on the ground, chatting. It was a different vibe, really.
I think the first time I remember we put tacks in our flip-flops and we learned to tap dance over on the stage.
I was told that the first few fairs were more barter fairs. The money didn't exchange hands nearly as much as it was trading.
The Country Fair began as a Renaissance festival, modeled after one in Northern California's Marin County.
In 1974, the Marin County Renaissance Fair threatened the Renaissance Fair here with a lawsuit for using the name because they weren't sufficiently Renaissance-y.
So the name was changed and a peach logo adopted. And while the concept might have seemed ripe for exploitation, that never happened. The organizers fought for purity over profiteering and self-preservation over selling out.
The times were right. People were interested in social consciousness and community service and helping each other out. And Eugene became a center for drawing that kind of energy. So a lot of us gathered there. And when we did, we got busy doing projects.
They came together and they created Whitebird Clinic, the Wow Hall, Growers Market, Saturday Market in particular, and the fair are symbiotic sisters economically for the crafters. They helped people find a way to make a living outside the mainstream.
Outside the mainstream is key to the fair's astonishing longevity. Przanski says you can credit the fair's two patron saints, the fiercely anti-war Oregon Senator Wayne Morse and Live and Let Live author Ken KEZI.
Between Wayne Morse and Ken KEZI, you had a huge draw for people, that both of those were magnets for like-minded folks.
We all come together to celebrate a common vision for how we can live artfully.
So the Country Fair has Oregon roots as deep as old-growth timber, and maybe more by accident than design, Eugene benefited. The interest here in electric cars, for example. Craig Huber was one of the first in Eugene to drive one.
I just unplug it, turn on the ignition, touch the accelerator pedal, and I'm off.
And the spirit of sustainability thrives at Approvecho. The collective near Cottage Grove puts into daily practice the ideals that define those first country fairs.
Now we go all over the world helping people create better stoves.
It restores my faith. It lets me know that it's okay to be human.
Today's Country Fair cradles visitors in a gentle, motherly embrace.
And I just think it's so beautiful to see all these big bellies painted with babies and flowers, and I just think it's the most gorgeous thing.
It's equal parts patchouli, earth poem, and wizard's dance.
There's so many different kinds of people all doing so many different things, and everybody is here to have a good time.
There was always more to the Country Fair than just throwing a party and seeing who shows up. This was a celebration of simple gifts, of things handmade, a chemical romance with the gentle spirit of the Shakers and the Amish. And just as a sunflower would, it magically springs forth every summer, and ever so briefly, recycling the dream and daring the darkness in our world to spoil the fun.
People had no idea it was going to keep going year after year after year. They thought it would, they didn't even know next month that they would have it again. And they were thrilled the more it happened. And the people I've talked to that were involved in the beginning are thrilled to see. Some of them are where it is now. Some of them wish it were smaller and more radical, like it used to be.